Hi, I'm International Master Nisha Mohota from India, and I'm very happy to present to you my first DVD for chess base. In fact, over the years, I have been sitting where you are sitting now, and I've learned a lot from chess based DVDs. I've in fact also done some reviews, writing my opinions on those DVDs, and now here I am in a different role, trying to make one DVD and share the knowledge of what I've learned from lots of DVDs, from chess books, from classical games, and from my own games, my experience, also from a lot of friends of mine who are very strong chess players. Chess for me is something which I would like to do with someone. Like, I like to share my opinions, my ideas with a friend, with a coach, with a student. I like to be taught and I like to teach in chess. For me, it's interactive. It's interactive part of chess which I like. It's very boring for me to sit at home and do chess all by myself. So for me, this project of interacting with you, of discussing my ideas with you is very, very interesting. And I hope you will also enjoy it the way I will. Okay, before I start into get into details of my DVD of what I'm going to show to you, I think it's important that you know me well. So I'll give you a brief introduction about myself and how I got into chess. So okay, I have been playing chess since I was 7 years. I was 7 years old, and I was not. It was not decided that I would become a chess player. It just so happened that it was chance. So I'll tell you the story. It's interesting one of how I became a chess player. So I have an elder sister who is like 3 years elder to me, and we used to play cards at home to pass our time. In those days, the technology was not so much developed. We did not have many games to play, and we had just these cards to keep us busy in our holidays. So my dad saw it one day and he was like, "Oh, why are you playing cards? These are kids, they should not play cards." And he was a chess player in his college days who left chess after he got a job. So what he did was he taught us chess to replace cards from our hands. That's it. He had no intention to make us a player or something. Just he thought kids should not play the game of cards. Okay, so my sister and I used to play cards at home. Earlier, and later it was replaced by chess. That's it. So nothing special. And for us it was fun. Another game. I used to enjoy it also. And then there was this Telegraph School Chess Tournament in the year 1988 in my city, Kolkata. And my mother saw the advertisement of it in a local newspaper. And she said, okay, she told my dad, "I want to make my children play the tournament." My dad was like, "Oh, come on, they are too small." At that time, I was like 7 years old. And it was really small at that time. So he said, no, these small kids cannot play tournaments. But my mom said, "No, let's try it, and I will take all the trouble required." Okay, Dad agreed. Both of us played the tournament, and we both scored 50%. And I, being the younger one, a lucky one, I got a consolation prize. And when I went to my school with the medal, one of my teachers took me to the headmistress of the school. The principal, whom we called. So my headmistress saw that and she was like, "Wow, you can play chess?" So for me, as a kid, it sounded as if, wow, you can go to the moon. So it was something I felt, wow, I do something which is like really people appreciate. So, and that to my headmistress, for me, she was so very important at that time. So I was very happy about what I was doing. It made me interested in the game very much. And I never looked back after that. I kept enjoying it and enjoying it and enjoying it. So this is how my journey with chess began. Okay, so now let's get to my DVD. And what will I be doing here in this DVD? I'll be showing the basic tools required by a club player. Everything he needs to know. A lot of endgame positions, some must-know positions, which you cannot think on the board. So Like you should just know it or you don't know it. So I want to cover those positions. Middle game. Now when we finish the opening stage, we get into the middle game and we start thinking, what do we think now? Like, the most difficult part is to understand what to think in a middle game position. So I will show you how we can think in those positions, what sort of ideas we should think about, and these patterns. I'll show you some pattern recognition, which will help you try to understand what you should think about in a position. And then we'll come to the openings, but I'll not cover openings like really in depth because that's not my intention in this DVD. I'll just show you how to approach the openings, how we should think, how we should go about it in the openings. Most important, I want to cover the psychological part in chess. Openings, middle games, end games are all important. But very important are the psychological parts in chess, which I will cover to some extent in this DVD. Okay, and something I want to tell you here is how to think in chess, how to calculate. For that, remember candidate moves. It's very important that when I give you a position in this DVD and ask you a question, do not just look at a move and think, okay, I'm going to make it. You must find one move, then try to find another move, and then another move. So at least there should be 3 candidate moves, 3 good moves you should be able to find in a position. More is better, but at least not less. And then you make a decision. Why this move is better than that move. There should be a reason why you're choosing one move rather than the other. Do not just make a move because you feel it should be it. The moves you have to compare. Comparison is important. So that is something I would tell you do throughout this DVD and also in your own games later on. Just look at 3 moves of yourself, 3 moves of your opponent. It helps. And the next thing is what to think about. So for that, I want you to think first of all checks. Then think of all captures. And then think of all transfers. As in transferring one piece from this square to that square, maneuvering here to there. So which we call a CCT, check, capture, transfer. And this is very important. In my own games, sometimes, I must confess, sometimes I do forget this very simple rule, CCT. And then I come back home from the tournament, from the game, and I feel, I could have just done CCT and I would have got the right move. I just forgot about it. So this is something extremely basic, but it is very, very effective. So try it. It can make a difference in your thought process. So when you know CCT, at least you know what to think about in a position. You have to think of check, capture, transfer, and you have to consider at least 3 moves. So this way you know what to think on the board. Because, sometimes it happens. Your coaches, your parents tell you to slow down and think on the board. You just go to tournament hall and sit on the board and you'd say to yourself, what do I think about? It's just a position. I find this move good. Why don't I play it? But now you know. Just try to find 3 moves and check, capture, transfer. This is important. So throughout this DVD, try this method. Try to get it into your brain. It will help you a lot in your chess career. I hope you enjoyed this DVD. Good luck.